Hey, everybody. This is Movie Recap Nation. Today we're going to break down the plot of the 2019 sci-fi action movie, The Kid Who Would Be King. The wizard Merlin tells the incredible story of King Arthur. After the death of the Pentagon King, Britain became mired in internecine warfare. Then Arthur created a magical sword of Excalibur that only the worthy could wield. After some time, Arthur, the king's illegitimate son, was able to pull the sword from the stone and become the new ruler, uniting the warring parties. However, the treacherous Morgana, the wicked witch and half-sister of the dragon, also claimed Arthur's throne. Together with his Knights of the Round Table, managed to defeat Morgana and imprison her in the underworld, where the evil witch is still plotting how she can return to our world and enslave it. In the present day, 12-year-old Alex eats breakfast and hurries to class, throwing a few phrases with his mom. Near the school, Alex sees two bullies of kids bullying his best friend. Alex wants to stand up for his comrade, but the big bully only taunts him. Then Alex bravely throws himself at Lance in front of the whole school and the two fight desperately. In the evening, the bullies decide to take revenge on the insolent boy and drive him to the construction site. Alex steps in. He falls from the second floor of the building under construction and falls unconscious, and the bully decides to get out of here. Soon Alex comes to his senses, notices an unusual ball sticking out of a rock and pulls it out surprisingly easily. At this moment, Morgana awakens in the underworld, who senses the appearance of a new king and decides to act immediately. Alex calls Pedrosa and shows him the ancient sword, having studied the ancient inscriptions on the weapon. The two come to the conclusion that it is an Excalibur, King Arthur's legendary sword. Of course, the guys don't believe in the legend. Alex jokingly initiates his friend into knighthood. At the same time, Merlin also feels the awakening of the magic sword and appears in our world in the form of a soulful teenager. Merlin pretends to be a schoolboy in order to get to know Alex better and decide if he is worthy of an Excalibur. After learning that there will be a solar eclipse in 4 days, the wizard realizes that the evil Morgana will soon appear and tries to warn Alex and his companions about it. But they only mock the code at night. A reanimated skeleton enters Alex's room, intending to kill the boy. The schoolboy panics and grabs his sword, but the grim creature easily tosses the weapon aside. Fortunately, Merlin appears in time and with the help of magic turns the skeleton into ashes. The wizard declares that tomorrow he will wait for Alex at the diner, after which he turns into an owl and flies away. The next day, Alex and Edwards find Merlin at the diner, and he tells the boys that an evil witch will soon appear in our world and kill 1 million people if she is not stopped. The boys reply that they are just regular school kids and are about to leave. Merlin then closes the door, takes his true form and reveals the massive destruction Morgana will cause. Breaking free, the wizard convinces Alex that he is the chosen one and that only he can stop the evil witch. Late at night, the friends return to the construction site, but the bullies secretly follow them and mock the iron and in the hands of the nerd. Then Alex van for it to the rock back to the rock, then offers Lance and Kay to pull him out. Naturally, the bullies can't do it. After which they decide to follow the guys for the sake of interest. At that moment, several surviving skeletons appear. Lance grabs a sword, but cannot resist the dead. Alex barely manages to save the bully. The guys are trying to escape from the skeletons when the whole town comes to a standstill for some unknown reason and people disappear from the streets. The school children steal a car and, wiggling through the city streets, manage to get away from the pursuit. Soon the nightmare ends, and the town's inhabitants suddenly return to their places, and the boys almost get into an accident. The 4 of them go home to the end, where Alex tells what they learned from Merlin. Alex convinces the bullies to help them, though they still have a hard time believing what is happening. Alex offers to track down his father, who left the family a few years ago. Alex explains that his father knows the legend of King Arthur very well, and he will be able to help fight the dangerous witch. The boys leave notes to their loved ones, after which they board a bus and go in search of Alex's father, who lives near the ancient castle of Tintagel, formerly owned by King Arthur. Soon Merlin returns and explains that the school children need to practice fighting demons and tells them to overcome the revived trees. However, Morgana bends the trees to her will, and the trees are about to tear the kids to pieces. Lance wants to steal calibers to escape, but the roots of the trees pull all the guys under the ground. Fortunately, Merlin appears in time and saves his wards. After that, the wizard says that he needs to regain his strength. Once again, he turns into an owl and flies away. Alex accuses Lance of trying to steal the ball and calls the bully a jerk. Afterward, the two start fighting. The teens manage to break into the rock drill, losing their last hope of defeating Morgan. Alex remembers about the legend of the Lord of the Lake and asks her to help, after which the magical creature returns to the boy the whole Excalibur. The guys realize that they can defeat the evil sorceress only together and promise to stick together from now on. When the sun goes below the horizon, Morgan sends another army of the Walking Dead after the boys. The school children run off with all their legs, and then trick their pursuers by taking cover on a rock ledge. And the scary demons don't have time to stop and fly down from a great height. Spends the night in an old fort. Alex alone goes to a small town where his dad lives. However, the kid is met by his father's sister. The woman admits that Alex's father was not a very good man and drank a lot. The book about King Arthur was given to the boy by his mother. Lied that it was a gift from his father. Hearing this, Alex gets very upset and feels like the last loser. Classmates and Merlin, who appeared, cheer up the boy and help him to believe in himself again. Merlin finds horses for the boys, and soon they reach the gates of the underworld. The schoolboys get inside and with difficulty fight off the nasty tentacles, crawling right out of the cave walls. The tentacles grab everyone except Alex, who manages to get to Morgana. The insidious witch tricks Alex into giving her up to the rock. However, the boy does not give in to her entreaties. Then Morgana turns into a creepy flying army, which releases jets of flame from its mouth. Alex pretends to be frightened and holds out the witch's sword. But as soon as she approaches, the schoolboy thrusts that sharp blade into her body. The cave begins to collapse, and the boys barely manage to escape to the surface. Alex is surprised at such an easy victory over the ancient evil, but still returns Lady Lake from the Caliber and goes home. Soon Merlin appears and announces that the decisive battle is yet to come, and for it the friends will need many more fighters. Alex convinces several dozen schoolchildren to help in the battle against the evil witch and dedicates those who agree to be knights. Merlin creates armor and weapons for the boys and together with Alex teaches them sword fighting. The guys prepare for the invasion of demons, and Merlin explains to Alex that the boy must defeat Morgan in battle. And he, in turn, will return the sorceress to the underworld and ban her there forever. Soon a solar eclipse begins and hundreds of Walking Dead rush towards the school. The boys crush a few skeletons with cars, and other demons die on the doorstep on trapping students in the building. Alex realizes there are too many dead people and orders the others to retreat to the roof of the school. A giant-shaped Morgana appears and Harry tries to fry people with his fire breath. The schoolchildren manage to hook the witch with ropes and hold her down for a while Merlin opens a portal to the underworld. Alex boldly jumps on the evil witch's neck and chops off her head with several caliber blows. An air vortex pulls Morgana's lifeless body into the underworld. The Walking Dead literally dissolve into thin air as the sun shines brightly in the sky once again. As Merlin says goodbye to the boys, the wizard says that they have many more glorious victories ahead of them, most of which don't need a magic ball. Merlin dissolves into thin air. Alex brings Lady Lake back to the rock. What do you think of the movie, The Kid Who Would Be King? Share in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you all again.